All right, so welcome to another video. Today we're going to take a look at Tyson Foods, TSN. Stock is moving very well after earnings, so it's doing fantastic. And I want to chat a little bit about that. Keep in mind, none of these are recommendations to buy, sell, or trade, just my own personal opinion. So as we get into this, you can also request a video as well from our Discord channel. So check out the description below to kind of sign up and register. It's absolutely free, or you can also do that on the website. Anyway, let's kick things off. TSN here over the last year or so has been powering higher. You know, food prices have been going up, so has a lot of the, chicken, beef, pork, and so on. So they've been doing really well, right? So more higher prices for you to pay at the grocery store is good for a company like this, right? Because now they can also make more margins, more profits, and they're kind of staying ahead of everybody else, right? It's kind of like the product people are desiring. So in this case, it's working out well for them. They're making boku money. This is nice. And but obviously from a consumer standpoint, it's not as favorable. From an investor standpoint, they like it. So if you look at this, earnings beat on higher meat prices, it's for a lot of other reasons. Earnings of basically $2.87 a share versus $193 by estimate. It's kind of like back in the day here, just recently, where you're trying to buy a 2x4, you pay like $40 for one 2x4 or something like that. And then people were joking on, they'd given you like little baggies of sawdust for $30 or something like that, so you get sawdust. Anyway, same concept here. So anyway, so as we look at the stock, I want to just go back and just back it up a little bit. This stock has been around for a while, if you believe it or not. It's been around quite a bit. So we got some good movement here at the beginning, and this stock kind of idled for a good long period of time. So 96 to about 2013, 2014, kind of had the sideways consolidation pattern. And then finally we had a nice little breakout right here in about 2012, 2013. So the stock powered higher. So this is kind of what I was looking at, where this stock actually started to pick up some serious steam. Right around 2013, we started to get this explosive move right there. And that stock did really well. You can see we got at this angle, so that angle was pretty quick. We even had an inverted resistance level right there. And then we kind of got into these upper levels, moving sideways for a little bit at that time. So again, we kind of moved up and then moved sideways for the last few years. And now it appears like it could be moving to the next leg higher. So if we check out that area, look at this back here where we had these kind of double tops in 2019. Obviously I don't expect you to be in the stock for 10 or 20 years. It's just kind of like, look at these last recent longer term investment holds right here. And we're starting to break those levels. So the angle that we're kind of moving on is kind of like this. So I think on the shorter term, we could be a little stretched. So also a stock that's up 10%, you don't want to usually chase, but we are breaking these longer term levels, which means longer term investors will be probably more comfortable with it as well. And, from a shorter term investing perspective, this could also look really well if it can hold this price level that we're just breaking out now. The one concern here that you also want to watch out for is we've got resistance that may happen at around 100. That is just normal psychological level. So we've got this gap that happened right here. So at about 95, it's got to hold this. If it cannot hold that, you could go back to fill this back up into around that 90 level. But, volume's been kind of building recently. You've got some more bullish volume that's been doing pretty well. Now, is this a massive buying opportunity? I don't know if it's a huge buying opportunity because it's still kind of the first day, but it's kind of something to kind of watch for, this nice break. As we look at the monthly, the break is happening and starting to go. I would say if it starts to move and then pulls back and holds, that would be your more massive buying opportunity. But but for the time being, the stock is doing really well, and it's after earnings, it's holding up past that resistance level. So it's breaking through past that. Now you've got this $100 psychological level that you might want to watch out for. And if that can hold and go beyond that, then the stock could actually power higher much more so, because we had this sideways movement that gave it time to digest. And now could it move for the next leg higher? It's possible. So you could get kind of a A to B, B to C, C to D pattern, and then that'll could push that stock higher. Could it be temporary? Maybe, with the economic situation that's going on, maybe. But overall, this stock has been progressing very well in the long run as you look. Just recently, it's just you look at the last 40 years, it's been climbing up with some periods of 10 to 20 year periods of sideways action. So but they are doing a fairly decent job, as you can see from the stock price from a company standpoint. So anyway, right now movement is doing really well, 10%. What you want to watch for is watch out for that 100 or a possible pullback here to that 95. As long as it holds, if it can pull back and fill the gap and hold that gap, then it should be okay. Other than that, those are some levels to watch, because the stock can tank fairly quickly as well. If you get too fast of a run up, you could get this rollover. So just always be careful, as with anything on some of these movements, and especially kind of the first day on a post earnings announcement. But other than that, the stock looks fairly good and healthy from a longer term perspective. Shorter term, I'd just be cautious. And then after that, see how it evolves and develops. Anyways, thanks for joining me in today's video. Feel free to sign up on the Discord channel that we talked about if you want to request a stock or ticker. And if you also want to check out the options trading YouTube channel that I have, check that out at Traders Fly. And you can get a lot more education when it comes to trading options. Anyways, thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next video.